Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our live webinar of eIMMIGRATION. My name is Vanessa Vargas on behalf of Cerenade. I want to thank you. Oh, hey, welcome. I want to thank you for joining us today. You can message me, you can chat me throughout the training, so this becomes your training. I really want to answer all your questions. We have new features and enhancements that I will show you today, but of course, we will have time to answer any other unrelated questions, okay? This training that we do on Fridays, the type of webinar is recorded. We have a specific topic, but we can answer any questions. And we record the sessions. We upload the videos. If you guys visit our YouTube channel, it's called Cerenade Academy. Please subscribe. You can watch the videos here in case you miss any of the webinars on Fridays. Or if you have a new employee, you can also refer them to this channel so they can watch the basic training for new users, for example. So we have a lot of resources for you guys. Please make sure that you take advantage of them. And I'm so happy that you're here today with us. We also share the PowerPoint presentation that you're gonna see today because it has links. So you can click on the links and you can also share the PowerPoint with your staff if in case they're not here today. So today, as always, we try to cover the basic 3 steps for those that are new: how to create a contact, how to link the members, and how to create cases. Today, we're not going to cover forms or anything else, but we do have a training specifically on that and questionnaires and more. Today, I want to show you the features that have been enhanced or recently added. And one of them is the new look and feel of our client portal. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. I'll show you today how the client portal looks like now. You can now share the case process steps or the status, like the progress of a case, and they can see what's been done, what's pending, what hasn't yet started. So we're going to show you that as well. Also, today we're going to cover the notifications that you can now add on when creating a calendar appointment. So it could be like remind a client via text message a day before or an hour before. And lastly, we're going to show you how you can download your document assembly package instead of having to email it. There's one more that I will cover today. It's the new case status that you can send it also in Spanish, the notifications that you can set for your clients. So I'll go over that as well. And always we cover a did you know section, a resources and support, and a Q&A, as well as the upcoming training classes. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to show you my caseworker portal. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Okay, here we go. But before we start with the basic steps, I want to know how many of you are new, which I don't think because we had basic training for new users last week. So let's see. Most of you should be existing clients, and this is like a refresher course, but let's see. Just click on your screen and vote, and that would give me a better idea. But like I said, regardless if you're a new client or a new user or an existing user, you can message me your questions, okay? Let's make this your training and take advantage of the time. All right, so I'm going to close it. I got almost 90% of votes. So yeah, this is what I thought. Most of you are existing users. And again, if you have any questions, just message me. Okay, so just making sure my screen is showing because it was frozen earlier ago. Okay, so how to create a contact. Pretty easy. Click on the top left, create contact, and do it manually. If you have a prospect, any prospect or lead, you should be creating a contact to then follow up. And then when they retain you, you switch the status to active. Create the account, and also just so you know, in the administrator portal, you can customize the settings so that the system generates the client number automatically for you. Okay, instead of you doing it. All right, so that's the first step. The other thing I want to show you really quick is if you want to have a link on your website, or if you have a lot of new prospects, hopefully, right? If you have a lot of applicants, instead of creating one single profile manually one at a time, what you can do is click on questionnaire and choose the option that says anonymous questionnaire. Because that way you can either send them a bulk email with a hyperlink and have them create their own account, or you can put a link on your website. So whatever you choose, that's if you don't want to do it manually. But you still have to create a contact, which is like, let me open one, something like this. You can also upload their picture and enter the information. Ideally, of course, you want to enter or capture as much information as possible, um, either field by field here, or you can click on alternate view on the right hand side. Now, the alternate view gives you access to the questionnaires. So you can easily just pick a questionnaire or intake form, enter the information yourself, and then save it to the server. So this stays in the database, and then it transfers to the form. Let me do it one more time. So you're going to create the contact and then click on alternate view, click on template. I suggest that you select the one that says general, where is it? General info for individual clients. That one gives you a lot of information, phone number, email, alien number, all of that. Even the address information is also here. And so, or even other names they have ever used. So use this intake form during maybe the consultation so that you capture just whatever questions you want to ask and then save it. Really quick, let me give you another tip. If you want to print it in case your staff is not available, or you want to just give the client like a paper to bring it back, you can also go to questionnaire and print it in a different language. So you can translate the questions and give them the intake form in Spanish, have them bring it back during the consultation. You simply use the alternate view. Anyway, so you have a profile, a contact profile, and you want to enter as much info as possible. Notice that we have other sections on the right-hand side. So if you want to ask them, what are your previous addresses? What is your previous marriage history? Like employment history. All of that is also here, as well as background questions too. So you want to capture as much as possible. And then step 2, you want to click here where it says members. The members are the family, like if it's a family or individual, obviously the children or parents, spouse, even the joint sponsor, right? If it's a company, like this one, a business client, and you go to members, then you're talking about the signatories. Oops, that's messages. I think I need glasses. um, yeah, you want to link the signatories or the employees or HR managers. So you want to link them as well, right? You click link member, search, or most likely you won't have it in the system yet. So you want to create a new contact for the family member or the signatory, or don't generate a number for them because they're not technically the client, but you still have to select the relationship, employee, signatory, father, son. Okay, so that's how you can link them and then click on the person's name to open their own profile, the corresponding account. You should see the name actually, and then enter the data for the family member, if applicable. Okay, so that information that you type once is what transfers to the forms. Now, step 3, once you have created the contact profile and you enter data, and then you go to members and you link members, step 3 is to create the case. You click on cases and you want to create the case. And this is where you select the type of matter or process, which, by the way, if you're new and you have not yet scheduled your admin training, actually, it doesn't matter if you're not, because I've seen clients that have been with us for years and they never really took their training. So you still get a chance to do it. I suggest that you, if you haven't taken your training for admin portal, do it because we show you how to customize all these drop down menus, and it really makes a difference. Instead of scrolling down to find something, you might as well just rearrange it so that you have exactly what you need and then just click and go. All these options that you guys see here can be customized so that you can use it for not just immigration. For example, we have clients that use it for personal injury, criminal cases, family law. Okay, I'm going to click next. And then when creating the case, if you have another attorney and you want their data to transfer to the forms, simply search, click, and add, and then switch so that their information transfers to the forms. You can change that at any time. Then you click next. You've got the members that we have linked, but it doesn't mean that they are part of the case necessarily. So we select the role. She's a petitioner. And by the way, if you have an employment-based case, the employer has to be linked as employer, not petitioner. That's the difference. See how by choosing employer, it gives me the settings on the right-hand side. I can choose the branch and I can choose the signatory versus petitioner for a family-based case, then it doesn't give me those settings. That's the difference between creating a family versus employment-based case in e-immigration, okay? Now for the alien, the beneficiary, right here, you could add even other or like, you have other options here. But if it's the applicant, I suggest that you use alien for now. I think they're going to change that, but this is internal. Your clients are not going to see that, but it's faster when you get to the forms. If you choose alien instead of beneficiary, it's a lot faster. And then you click next, and then you see the forms. Remember, these are customizable, so you can add or remove instead of adding them manually. You can just customize it from the admin portal. You can always search a form, click and add it. Okay. I'm going to click create, and that's how you create the case. Today, again, I'm not going to talk about forms. We do have a video specifically on how to work with forms and all the features for those that are new. But yeah, what I do recommend is that before you open the form, click on the name of the person, because it allows you to open this tab where you can see the database, the profile, versus the actual case window with all the forms, okay? So I suggest that you do that. So going back to our presentation today, so today's topic is an overview of the recently added features, and enhancements. So we have just covered the basic 3 steps on how to create a contact, how to link the members, and how to create a case. Let me know if those basic steps were clear to you. Just click on your screen and vote so that we can continue. Okay, perfect. I'll just continue. Thank you so much. So I received a question, and this is pretty interesting. Let me hide this and continue. So the question is related to questionnaires. If you can possibly upload your own, and Cerenade helps you place those boxes for clients to enter their answers. So the answer is yes and no. But let me show you what I mean. So you don't necessarily upload a document. You just create it, but I'll show you how easy it is. Although I'm not going to cover step by step. I'll send you, after we're done, I'll send you the video. I want you just to give you, I'm going to show you the basics, okay? From the top of your, like, this is a caseworker. You should see the settings icon, but if you don't see the word administrative tools, then it means that you don't have access. But if you do have access to the admin, I suggest you right click and open in a new tab. In fact, I like to keep it over here. Once you access the admin, you go here where it says custom form template. So the answer to your question is yes, because you can have your own custom intake forms with those boxes that you're referring to. So clients can answer those questions, and it doesn't matter what question. For example, I asked a question like, how did you hear about my law firm? Are you tech savvy? What else? Like, questions like, is this the first time that you contact us, or what service do you need? So you can have a questionnaire before the consultation, so you know what type of service they are interested in, what type of client you're dealing with. Um, excuse me. So yes, you can create your own questionnaire, but you're not gonna upload it. Okay, you're just gonna go here. I also suggest that instead of creating your own custom intake form from zero, that you use what we already have. the system intake forms that we have. For example, I like to use the general basic one for individual clients. I'm going to make a copy of it, but I'm not going to ask them all these questions. I'm just going to remove here on the left. I want to remove whatever I don't need to ask for now. If it's just a consultation, I'll just ask the basics. I don't care for the evening phone or fax number. So just ask the basic questions, maybe not the social or like, you can customize it. You can add those boxes that you were referring to are here. You just have to choose what type of question you're asking. Is it a text? Am I asking for an address? Am I asking them for uploading a document? Or do I want to use what's already in the system, such as give me the list of previous addresses? So you can create, kind of like put together your own questionnaire and also add your translations. So create it in English and then add the translation for Spanish, French, Japanese. So you choose whatever you want. Now, if you create your own questions that are not these, let's say that I want to ask a yes or no question, like I said, is this the first time that you're here? And then when they say yes, I want to ask a follow up question. Well, how did you hear about us? So those questions that we come up with are considered custom fields. And then all you need to do is basically connect your custom fields to the system. In that connection, it's called mapping. You map or connect your custom field to the actual system. And later you can even transfer that info to the actual form. I know I have a question that's on the DS-160, and I asked, what is your full name in native alphabet? And I transfer that to the actual form. So it's not just gathering the data for the consultation, but later that data that you already captured can transfer to the actual form. And that you'll find here. I don't know if you're taking notes, but this is being recorded so you can always watch this video later. It's called Form Custom Data Population. And that's where you want to go to connect your custom field to the actual form. I hope that helped. But yeah, so the answer in general is yes. You just don't upload. Okay, so as I was saying, we're going to cover the new features and the ones that have been enhanced. And the one I'm going to show you is the new look and feel of the client portal. So let me switch. For those that are new, you can give your clients access to a secure and unique client portal. And we have enhanced this so that when your clients log in, oops, let me go. I was using it earlier. So this is a new look and feel. Clients can see different sections, even like case progress, which I'm going to show you right now, how they can see that, and like which questionnaires and forms or messages, invoices. On the left-hand side, your clients click on the icon that corresponds, for example, mailbox. This is where they can open the questionnaire. This is a questionnaire that I sent a few days ago, and they can even translate. So anyway, so this is another example going back to your question. And like, yes, you can send your own questionnaires and you can add languages so your clients can submit, actually print before they submit. So this is in the mailbox. Messages is another optional module where you can message them or they can message you, and this is more secure than sending a regular email. Invoices, this is where you can give them access to their invoices and they can see the progress, or they can open the invoice. Obviously, they can see what the invoice is for, but also our invoices have a second page with payment history. So they can see what's been done, how many payments, and if you have them on a payment plan, they can also view the payment plan. They can see how much they need to pay and when they need to pay. But anyway, so these are the optional modules. Now the benefit is that they can see on their home screen that quick view of those invoices and balances without having to open that invoice. So I can see that I owe a lot of money. um, anyway, so yeah, this is a new look and feel of the client portal. Okay, we have other features if you're interested that are related, such as custom reports and like case initiation or acuity, calendaring, where they can also schedule appointments on their own. If you let them, if you share your Acuity calendar, you have to be subscribed to Acuity. Your clients can also upload documents. So if your clients have the checklist that you share with them, they can easily just drag and drop all the files at once, and it's a win-win because those files that they upload will appear over here when you create a case and you have all those documents, the checklist. So when they upload, the file goes here. So it's a lot easier for both you and the client. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, the new look and feel of the client portal makes it a lot easier. And if you want to share the access, just go to the contact account or the contact profile, click on client access, which is on the right hand side at the bottom. And this is where you can enable, delete, disable, update, whatever you want. You can send them an email with their username and password. You could, disable some of the features if you want them to access reports or not, which reports, etc. So you always have control on that. All right. So next feature that we have for today is the ability to share the case process steps with clients. So let me explain what the process steps are. When you create a case and you go to process steps, these are like the way I see it is like your to-do list, right? Or the timeline, the workflow of the case. So when you create a case, you want to modify them because as soon as you enter the start date here, then that means that you're doing this and you plan on doing it or finish it by this target date based on this time frame, right? You can also delegate and give this to a paralegal or another attorney. So now we all know what we need to do, which is on the over here. What's the task? How many days do we have to do it? So what's our target date? And who's responsible? So by selecting the person and again adding the start date, then we have a deadline if we have a time frame, right? It auto populates, which means that when we're done and we complete it, now we know what's been done, what's coming soon, or if something's overdue, it's going to look red. Now, if you want to send an email to the paralegal or the attorney responsible, you check this box, which means that if, for example, Vanessa has to call the client on July 18 for follow up, and if she doesn't call or if she doesn't click here where it says completed, it means that the system will send her an email on July 18 reminding the paralegal you need to call the client for follow up. So this is now something you can share with your client by clicking here where it says share. You select who do you want to share with, maybe both the petitioner and the beneficiary, and click save. And now, oh, you know what? I think, let me double check something. No, I was hoping that we have some sort of like log. I'll check with our developers. I thought we have some sort of log, but yeah, what happens is when your clients log in into their client portal and they here and they see the cases, not that status will show here. So they can click and see what's been done, what's coming soon, or it started, but it hasn't been completed yet, and the rest of the steps that we haven't yet started. So you guys can share this progress with your clients so they see a clear or they have a clear understanding of what's going on instead of calling your office, right? So now they have that available and they can see that for every case. I think this is a great feature. Let me go back. So now I'm going to show you the new feature for notifications for the calendar appointments. If you are new and you probably don't know this, but you have a calendar that you can share with your team, you can also even sync with Google Calendar or Office 365 or even Acuity. Well, if you add an appointment with eImmigration's calendar, let me say that this is my calendar and we have I don't know, like a court immigration case, a court hearing, and we have, remember, you can customize all these drop-down menus. So let's say that we have the court hearing on the 17th, and that's at 10 a.m., maybe 10 to 12. Well, this is new. Right below, you can see the add notification button, where you can click there and then select the number of units. For example, I want a reminder to go out a day before, so I choose one day before, or maybe 2 days before. And I want the notification to go out via email and text message. You have to be subscribed to the SMS optional module, okay? And just click on the three dots to select the recipient. It could be caseworkers to receive that email, so I'll select myself. And then at the bottom, I'm going to click here to search for the client. So I want to send it to Valentina. And I also want to send it to Francisco, the husband. So now both of them would have access to that text message and, sorry, that email. And now we can choose the recipients for text message. And again, it could be caseworker and also the client. So I'm just going to search for Valentina. If you know, let me click done. See here, you can also do the format like this. I'm going to click apply and then the description. Reminder for court hearing. And that's it. So at the bottom of this calendar appointment, you could link it to the client profile or the case profile, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to search for her name because I want to keep that appointment listed in her profile. Just click save. So by doing that, if let's say Valentina calls and I'm the receptionist, I have no idea whatsoever who's this or what's going on, I can just search for the client or prospect, because it will be the prospect, and I can click on reminders and appointments. So now I can see what appointments this person has. Sorry, it's actually loading right now. Regardless if I'm the paralegal associate or not. So here we go. So here's the, let me sort by, here's the court hearing appointment that we just added, and it tells us the description. So I could also reschedule from here if needed. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let me know if you have any questions regarding this or any other feature. Next, I want to show you how to download from the document assembly. Well, first of all, what is a document assembly, right? So let's go over that. Let me show you that. And for that, I need to access the case. By the way, we have a load more data button where you can access quick links. So this is the shortcut. So assuming that we have finished working with all the forms and we also have gathered the evidence and we have, actually, let me just upload one. Give me just one quick second while I upload a file so that we can use it. I'll just use this passport. Okay. Okay, you should be able to see my screen again. Well, what I did, I uploaded a passport just so that we can have some sort of examples of evidence. And then I also have like letter templates for like my cover letters, and I have everything here. Well, once you have the forms and the evidence and the cover letters, you click on document assembly. And the document assembly, you want to click new, enter the name. So this is going to be the adjustment of status for Valentina. and I save the changes, and now I decide which forms I want to move into the package. I'll select them all and click on the middle bar to move them over here, as well as the evidence. Here's the passport, and I also want to move my cover letters or any other document. You could drag and drop. See, I can drag and drop. Maybe the passport goes here, and I want the cover letter go here. So anyway, so you can drag and drop the forms, and then create your table of contents, and the system helps you update the page numbers accordingly. You can also make modifications or even add additional pages. But when you're done and you save the changes, then click on either download or email. Before, you were just forced to email the document assembly, but if it was too heavy, you probably had issues and it wouldn't send. So now you can download this um, document assembly, and it goes to your job request. So now that you have that, you basically wait until it's processed, and then you can download the document assembly from here. Now keep in mind that only you, meaning that user, that caseworker, have access to your job request. So if I'm your attorney and I need to see the package, I can't. You would have to download and share with me, or the attorney would have to just log in and then go to the case and click on the document assembly to send it to himself. Yeah, so it's still processing, but that is something new that we have. The fact that you can now download it makes it a lot easier. And lastly, I want to show you this new feature, which is the ability to share the case status now in Spanish with your client. So the notification. Let's go over that really quick over here. I'm going to access that case. All right. So when you have a case and you click on documents, you'll notice that we have the immigrant visas and the notices. So click on notices and add the notice. So here's where we need to enter the receipt. You don't have to necessarily be subscribed to the Times Tracker module. Just enter the receipt number, the filing date, right? The filing center, everything. The benefit of using Times Tracker is that we auto-populate from the USCIS processing times table. Otherwise, you can just enter the processing time and then just click save. So again, you don't have to be subscribed, but now you can click on the link and it's going to show you the status, the case status. Let me access one that has a real receipt. Just give me 1 second. I think it's this one. So I'm going to access the documents, notices, and hold on a second. I think I picked the wrong one. Hmm. In the meantime, let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? All right, so I'm trying to reach the case that has that real receipt that I can show you. I hope this is it. Okay, I think so. All right, so again, the feature, it's the new case status. So if you click on that receipt, the number, it's going to show you this where you can switch it to Spanish. And if your clients select Spanish as a preferred language, when they log in into the client portal, they're gonna see this in Spanish. Okay. Now, and that's if you share the access or the status with them. Now, I can see that again, English or Spanish. I can see the status, and I can copy that at the bottom to the case logs. So now that it's been copied, you can go to logs and you can see that here under the logs in Spanish. Well, I did it in English a few days ago. So The same thing happens with your clients. If you want to share with them, you also go to documents at the case level and you want to share by clicking here at the bottom, share with clients. So the client can see the status as well when they log in. Okay, when they log in and they click on share documents, tell them to scroll down until they see the section for US case USCIS receipts. Your clients can also click on the link and they're going to see the same thing. Keep in mind this is not the real one. So, but yeah, let me go back. Now, please message me if you have any questions. Okay, I'm going to also ask a question. Um, and I think I know the answer, but let's see how many of you think that you're using the system to its full potential. I have a poll in progress. Just click to vote. There's always something new to learn, that's for sure. But do you really think that you guys are using the system to its full potential? As a reminder, e-immigration is not just for forms, it's a full practice management solution. So I'm glad that you're here today to know that it's not just for forms and that you can do a lot more. Okay, so looks like we've got a tie. Not sure. Yes, we do, and not really. There was a question. Interesting feature, case status from USCIS. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so that's regardless if you have the times tracker. Obviously, if you have the times tracker module, then we email you when the petition becomes current and it's eligible for processing. So the system checks every night against the processing times table, and also for the visa bulletin website. So that's a times tracker, but this is unrelated. You just go to notices, enter the information, and you can still click um, on the link. Let me do it one more time. So you go to notices, you click on the link where it says number, and then it's going to take you it's going to show you the USCIS case status. So we pull it from their website, and that's it. You can just copy it. And this is what's new. Now you can see it in Spanish. Okay, so let's continue. We do have a section called Did You Know? Because there are features that you're probably not aware of. And you can drag and drop, you can customize your document folder. So I put the links right here so that you can click and learn more about these features. Also, as a reminder, we are the only vendor that has the USCIS e-filable forms, as well as the ETA 9089, the DS160, the DS260. So make sure that if you are not yet subscribed to e-filing, that you contact our sales team to consider an upgrade. Usually just like less than what a Starbucks coffee will cost you per day. Um, so just get a quote. It will definitely make your lives easier. You get also the feature to import data from the CBP website. You have new features, and we really don't increase the fees. Now, what to do when you need support? I mean, when you need help. You can call us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Pacific Standard Time, except on holidays. You can also email us, and if you are not in the system, but if you are connected and you need help, just go to the top right corner where it says subscription details and like settings and all that. You should see technical support message. So you can message us from there. Also, you can send your feedback to our developers. We have a user's guide. I even put the link right here, so please make sure that you download my PowerPoint presentation today. To download it, you click on Handouts from the GoToWebinar panel. Can you please email me the video? Yes, I will. I will. Yeah. And if you have questions while you're creating your own custom questionnaire, please contact us, okay? So we have a user's guide. We do these trainings for free. We even have a podcast. We have a forum page on Facebook. So if you click here, you can ask or request to join. That way you can learn from other users. And finally, we have the YouTube channel, as I mentioned earlier today. Please subscribe so that you can get the notifications when we upload new videos. We want you to be connected. So these are the questions that we have for today. How to create an intake form for prospects coming for consultation and not for a specific case or matter. I think I answered that question, but really quick, from the admin portal, just click on the custom form templates and then click on intake forms. You can customize a basic intake form or, like I said, copy a system intake form and remove any unnecessary questions. Here's a link, but I'll send it to you via email if you want. But you can also download this PowerPoint presentation and click on the link. Next question was how to create a cover letter with the letterhead. From the admin portal, click on letter templates, and I also put the link right here. Let me show you. So here's the admin, and you have to go here, letter templates. So just add, I assume that you also have that in Word or Outlook. So just copy paste it. Okay, let me show you an example. This one, yeah, well, this is a test letter with a letterhead, and you want to use these tags so that the system auto populates the letter, right? So that it personalizes based on the tags. I also suggest that you use in the caseworker portal under tools, use this one called Tag Helper. I like to have two tabs open, and even better if you have two monitors, so you can go back and forth. But yeah, definitely use this tag helper here where you can copy the tag and paste it on the template, okay? So that's how you create the cover letter with your letterhead. Last question, what are the calendar linking integration options? You can integrate your calendar with Google Calendar, Office 365, your Outlook, and Acuity. If you want to see the read-only option, for example, let's say iCalendar, you can have the read-only, meaning you can see immigration appointments, but it's a read-only access from iCalendar. And I put the link right here to show you how to share your calendar with your paralegals or your staff. Okay. So the upcoming trainings for this month, we're having an efficient and time-saving tricks and shortcuts on July 14th. We're also doing a basic training for new users on the 21st. And lastly, how to maximize your investment and use the system to its full potential on the 28th. So make sure that you click to register. And again, like I said, please connect with us. We have different outlets, like, different options, either through um, social media or just send us a message if you need support, if you have any feedback. But yep, thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, like I said, I can stay here for a couple more minutes and answer your questions if you have to disconnect. Thank you so much on behalf of Cerenade for joining us today. Let me know if your questions were addressed during the webinar. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, always something new. Yes. Well, thanks to our developers who worked very hard to have these new features. We're very, very proud of our team that as you guys as clients give us feedback of how we can improve the system and we pass that feedback to our developers and this is the result. So thank you so much for your preference and for your feedback. Have a great weekend. Awesome. Thank you so much for your interaction and your feedback. Oh, thank you. Bye bye. So before you disconnect, make sure that you click on handouts, download the PowerPoint, and message us if you have any questions after the webinar, okay? Because I'm not receiving any questions, I'm going to end the presentation right now. Thank you again.